Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Katy B and you have entered the Smileverse, where we are here serving up smiles, sharing silliness, and sipping on that Loverade on the reg. Today is a very special video I've been promising for a little while. You may have seen my what is live streaming video. Well, this is my top 10 pointers, tips, and tricks for beginner live streamers. So I'm gonna break it down to the basics, give you little things that will help you get started. Hopefully you won't get in over your head. So whether you are a new live streamer or someone just trying to break through, whether you want to live stream for fun, or if you want to start making income live streaming, or you just wanted to live stream to promote your business or to promote your other social medias, this video is for you. So stay tuned. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to @katybeaver for more tips and tricks. Part 2 will be following next. Let's go. Okay, here we are getting into it. Step 1. What do we need to start? Let's talk equipment. Now, I'm going to keep this short and sweet for this video, but if you're interested in a longer video going into deeper details about equipment, about specifics, you know, linking to certain brands that I may like, please let me know below. But just for now, let's just talk about what you need to start live streaming. Unless you're a gamer, it's most likely that you can start live streaming with nothing more than just your regular phone and some good lighting. It can be natural lighting, you can stand next to a window, or just have some good front-facing lighting. The only lighting that was bad is very dark lighting, or if you have floodlights, they will put shadows on your faces, so you don't really want either of those. That won't look very good. But that's really all you need. Your phone, some light on your face, and you can press start. But what other things can you use to get started? A tripod, somewhere for your phone to be sitting steady so that you're not always dropping it or it falling to the side or having weird angles. You want a controlled shot that, yes, occasionally you'll have a flub, but for the most part, your audience will not be waving back and forth. Live streaming can take up a lot of your battery, so you're gonna wanna follow what I call rule number 1 for all live streamers, which is ABC. Always be charging. So whether it's making sure your phone is charged before you go live or charging it while you're live, or if you're actually going to be going outside for activities, you might want to invest in an external charger. Last but not least, in getting started, again, we're going to bring it back to lighting. Now, like I said, you can start live streaming without buying any lighting. You can use natural light, or if you have good lighting in your room, but eventually a lot of people really want to step it up. Unless you know a little bit more about lighting, the easiest thing to get to light yourself nicely is a ring light. Now, there are ring lights from probably $10 to like thousands of dollars on Amazon. I, for instance, got myself an 18-inch ring light that was one of the more expensive brands. I already had decided I was going to be investing my time into YouTubing, live streaming, and photos, so I got the more expensive model. But if you don't want to go there yet, you can get a smaller model. Same goes for tripods. And start with this, and then if and when you start making an income, you can invest in the bigger model. And then the secret is you can still use, these are great for travel. If you're on the road or on the go, these are wonderful still to have. So you don't have to feel like you're wasting money if you want to start with a smaller size and then work your way up. So there's your basic setup. You have your phone, you have a tripod, you have your chargers, and you have your lighting, and you're good to get started. Second on our list is backdrops. This is where you can actually have a lot of fun. So there's 2 things that I recommend for when you start to live stream. I either recommend a very clean looking background. You'll see a lot of sort of like beauty YouTubers, you know, neutral colors, clean space, not a lot of stuff in the background, something that just looks visually appealing and you're the star of the show. But another way to utilize your background to help you start ice breaking and getting people involved in your live streaming conversation is to have things that you love and that make you happy and things you want to talk about in your background. For instance, I'll show you a little bit of my live streaming background. So I tend to change mine up very regularly, but my basis is always this purple background that I painted because I thought it really popped. I have these twinkle lights and I have this LED board that I use sometimes and don't. But as you can see, I have these huge Wonder Woman posters. I have lots of trinkets, Wonder Woman, Batman, Marvel, some Eagles, Star Wars, a lot of fantasy stuff, Harry Potter, X-Men, again, Captain America up here. I like to showcase this type of thing because this is one of the things that I love to talk about on my stream. Say you're a big sports fan. I'm a former Sixers dancer, so sometimes I have my NBA stuff in the background if I want to talk about sports. You can really utilize this in any way. Anything that you might have an interest in, you can put up in the background. So when someone enters your stream for the first time, even without you saying anything, they have a way that they can connect with you. Oh, you love Star Wars? I love Star Wars. Do you watch The Mandalorian? Etc., etc. It's a great way to break the ice. And again, you still want it to be sort of organized and clean. You don't want a lot of mess in the background. Either way, if you decide to do a clean, neutral background, or if you like to add some pizzazz to your background, you're never going to want it to look messy or cluttered. Lastly, don't be afraid to switch up your backgrounds. I love to switch mine up for holidays, special events, special theme nights. If you don't have a certain wall or a setup like this, there's literally hundreds and hundreds of backdrops on Amazon that you can use. Just search backdrop, photo shoot, and you can search plain backdrops, you can search themed backdrops. There's plenty of options and you can just use your imagination and always be changing it. So we've got our equipment and we've got a background. We press live. Now what? Now, if you have your own business or brand you're promoting, you might already know exactly where you want to go with your live stream. But if you don't and you don't have any followers yet, I tend to recommend treating your live stream like a podcast. Often, when someone does not have followers yet or doesn't have a lot of chat going on, you'll see them get distracted while waiting for viewers. They might be looking at their phone, they might be doing something else, and not really being engaging. This is one of the things I think is most important about starting out. If you're sitting there doing something else and a viewer finally ends up in your live stream, they're not going to feel engaged. They're going to feel like you're doing something else and they're going to move on to the next thing.
No, God, please, no, no!
So that's why I feel like icebreakers, like backgrounds, can be super helpful. But really, what I want you to do when you first start live streaming is treat your live stream like a podcast. Don't look at the numbers. Don't even see if anyone's there or not. Just start talking.
Do it! Just do it!
Pick a topic that you love. It could be pop culture. It could be traveling. It could be sports. Something that someone can engage with, and literally just start talking so that when someone comes in your room, you are giving them something to respond to. If you sit and wait for people to come into your room, you're not going to look like an interesting stream and people are just going to keep it moving. Also, when you start to get more followers, I always say it's really important to remember at the end of the day that you are in charge of your content, not your viewers. Don't wait for them to start saying something to give you content. All right, we're on to tip number 4, and this is what we call radio rules. If you ever listen to a morning radio show, you can tell that they obviously have a list of topics, but since your live stream is sort of an open space, what I want you to remember is, although you're in charge of your content and I want you to get it started, also be fast and loose with the rules. Say you have 3 topics you want to get to, but one topic that you start talking about people are really engaged and interested in. Don't feel like you have to be so structured that you have to ignore that and keep going. Stay in charge of your content, but if that road starts to lead you a certain way and it's feeling fun and exciting, don't be afraid to go with the flow and you go that direction. You can always use the other topics for later or for a future stream. This next one could vary a lot depending on which live streaming platform you're using. But wherever you find yourself live streaming, it's really important to engage with the rest of the live streaming community. Now, if you're on a live streaming app like the Meet group, it's very easy to go into other people's stream, engage with their content, be viewers, and most importantly, I think for streamers when they start streaming, is gifting. When I first started streaming, I didn't really gift a lot. I didn't want people to think I was copying their content in any sort of way, so I was very quiet when I was at other people's streams. What I found out later is the more engaging you are, the more the community notices you. And also, you get the feeling of what it is like a viewer. What inspires you to gift a streamer? I found that to be so important in figuring out what type of content I was going to do because I had that viewer experience. So it's kind of a two-part. Engaging in the community is both networking, getting to know other live streamers, getting to know other people within the live streaming community, even if they're just viewers, and make sure that you're gifting to deepen those connections and also to get a vibe for what it feels like to be a viewer and what inspires you to gift. Next, I want to touch base on streamer etiquette. This is something that's important to know when you're just starting out. It may vary slightly from live streaming platform, but really it's all the same. Basically, if you're entering someone else's stream and you're there to engage with the community, you're not going to want to self-promote. You're not going to tell people who are in that live that you're going live right then and basically trying to steal their viewers from them. It's not a good way to make friends. I also would discourage asking people for fave. It doesn't usually give the results that you want, but if you are going to ask for fave to fave, you should be asking people that are in around the same follower count as you. If you're asking someone with thousands of followers to fave you and you have 2, you know, obviously that's more advantageous for you than for that streamer. And it's not that they wouldn't follow you, but your best bet if you're looking for a favorite is to be engaging in the chat, be funny, send gifts, and you will get favorites naturally that way. Other streamer etiquette that should really go without saying, but obviously be kind to the other people in their chat. If there's bouncers or moderators in their chat, also be kind to them. They've been given that title for a reason. That means they are friendly with the host. Obviously be kind to the host, and also remember that sometimes jokes out of context and in text can sometimes be taken the wrong way, so don't be offended if someone accidentally misinterprets a joke. Also, if you've asked a question maybe several times and the streamer has not answered, it's safe to assume there may be a reason for that. I would recommend letting go of that and moving to a new subject. We're gonna talk about engaging with your audience. As people start to find you and favorite you and start to follow your streams, you're gonna wanna get to know them a little bit. If you're a business or brand, this is very obvious to you. You're obviously probably going to be answering questions on your live stream about different products or customer service, etc. If you're just a personality, your viewers are not only going to want to get to know you, they're going to expect you to start to get to know them a little bit. So pay attention. Make sure that you're, look at their photos, try and remember his name, especially for those who send donations to you. It really makes a difference if you can remember someone and they come back and you can remember something they said or something they told you. I always try and check in with my audience, find out what's going on, what's new with them. Make your live stream not always all about you. Make sure you're engaging with them. Maybe you also engage with them outside of the live streaming app. Maybe you engage with them on Instagram. Maybe they send you messages. Maybe you engage with them on Instagram or other social media platforms. In live streaming, more than any other social media platform, it's really more about building friendships than just building fans. All right, now we're into tip number 8. Make sure to mix more structured content with more informal, personal content. So what do I mean by that? Now, unless you're a big celebrity like a Lizzo or a Jonas Brother or Lizzo, I don't know why those are the only names that came to my mind. Their live streams are about the most basic form of interaction. They're there to engage with their fans. They really don't have to have any sort of structured content. They can if they want. A lot of them use it for Q&As. But, I've often seen Lizzo just with thousands and thousands of comments rolling by. She answers a few of them, kind of shows you a behind the scenes of what she's doing, and that's all you really expect from a celebrity. But if you are a new influencer or a video content creator or a business or brand, people don't know you in that way, so they expect to be entertained in a different sort of fashion than a celebrity would be. So I really encourage people when they first get started, especially when they're trying to break the ice, to do some sort of structured content, whether that just be hot topics that you know you want to talk about, whether that be games, whether that be something else you're passionate about, whether it's cooking or dancing or hiking. You know, bring that passion into sort of a structured content, but then also remember that once you've brought people in and they're interested in you, they also do still appreciate the more intimate, casual live streams as well. It's very interesting to see how both can do very well with the same streamer. So yes, you wanna bring them in with something that they might be interested in as well. They might be passionate about the same things. They enjoy watching your stream as if they were watching a YouTube channel. But then don't neglect the very casual, chitty chatty, get to know each other behind the scenes, because once you've brought somebody in, they do like to get to know you better. So I always recommend doing a little bit of both. All right, number 9 was trolls. There's a duality going on. Live streaming both has the most active troll community, and in a lot of ways it's the hardest to react to because it's live. If a troll comments on an Instagram photo or a YouTube video, it's very easy to ignore them or just to delete the comment. But if you're in the middle of a live and a troll starts coming for you, you have a couple options. It's my understanding that I think all live streaming platforms give you the ability to kick people out of your chat. If someone is just not following the rules, or they're being sexually explicit, or they're spamming the chat, you have every right to kick them out of your stream. Now, some people have different tendencies. Some people like to joke around, make a little entertainment of dealing with a troll. Some people like to kill them with kindness. But just know that in the beginning, when you're first starting out, again, unless you're already an established personality or brand, I want you to be prepared for trolls to come into your stream. They want to mess with you, they want a reaction from you, and you haven't found your tribe yet. Now, if you can hang in there long enough that the people that do vibe with you start coming back and you start building a community, eventually their voices are gonna outweigh those negative voices. But I know it can be a little off-putting in the beginning because people are sort of coming in randomly left and right. You don't know who's who, you don't know anyone's intentions, and trolls can be a tough one. Just know that for the most part, they're saying the same stuff to everybody. They're copying and pasting. They're looking for a reaction, and your best bet is just to try and not take it to heart and keep it moving and block it if you need to. And number 10, my last tip for beginners, is really about promoting your stream. So I've mentioned that you want to know streamer etiquette. You don't want to go into someone else's stream and just start promoting yourself or saying that you're going live. You know, it's very considered very rude in the streaming community. But you can still promote yourself. Now on MeetMe Live, we have something called the guest box, and occasionally streamers will invite people in the guest box. Maybe it's to answer questions, maybe it's to play a game, maybe it's to show off a talent. If someone offers the opportunity to you, you are welcome to take that opportunity to meet new people, get in the guest box, get your face out there. As well as there's a versus, which is a battle where you go live against another streamer. You can also have these type of options. I believe Instagram has a dual streamer. You know, collaborate with other people. That's a great way to get your name out there. And second, don't forget to use your other social media platforms that you may have more followers on to start promoting your live stream, to say what you've got going on. Constantly on my Instagram stories, I'll say, we're doing trivia tonight. Come join us for WandaVision breakdown reviews. Come and join us to bake cookies, or also to thank people who have come to your live to show love for your community. Just keep people involved. Not only will that start to bring people into your live stream, but as people from your live stream go to follow you on your other social medias, they'll become much more engaged with what's going on. If you're interested in popping in on one of my live streams, I stream on MeetMe. My username is KatyB. You can find me there pretty much 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. And feel free to tell me that you came from this YouTube video, and I'll be happy to answer any of your questions there on live as well. So don't forget, use all of these 10 tools, get you started. I hope you don't feel overwhelmed. I have a whole nother 10 rules, a part 2, for once you've gotten started. Question: If you've got questions, please leave them below. I'm happy to expand on any of these subjects for you. But for right now, I'm gonna go back into the cliche. This is the advice you'll get from everyone. Make sure to be you. Have fun. Talk about things that you love. There's no need to try and be anyone else on your live streaming. Remember, your vibe attracts your vibe. So be the most you can be. And eventually, your people will find you. In the beginning when I started live streaming, some people called me a nerd or corny, but guess what? That's who I am, and eventually people who are interested in the same things that I am found me, and now we have so much fun talking about things I love. Also remember that if you're gonna try and play a persona on your live stream, it's gonna be exhausting. This is not perfectly curated Instagram, this is not edited YouTube, this is live, and you will be live for multiple hours a day. You can be live for multiple hours a day, and it's really hard to edit your personality. So just be you. Don't be afraid to promote all your other social media on your live stream as well so that you can connect with people. And yeah, get out there, start promoting yourself, start earning those diamonds. We'll talk more about ways to make money and earn more diamonds in a future video. And just don't forget, there's enough room for everyone to shine. Let's grow and glow together. I'm Katy B. If you found this video helpful, please, please, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. There will be more videos on the way. Comment below any more questions that you have for me. But for now, don't forget to keep serving up smiles, sharing silliness, and sipping on that Loverade on the reg. I'm Katy B signing off. I'll see you guys in this John next time. Bye.